Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Holly, and today I am so excited to be bringing you guys my Montessori gift guide for 1-year-olds. So this is definitely a Montessori inspired guide. Some things on here are not necessarily Montessori, like my open-ended toys and different things like that, but things that I think will work well in your homes, things that have worked well in my home, and then things that I'm going to be giving my son for Christmas as well. I am so excited. I love Christmas and I love giving gifts, and I love seeing my kids just like having some new experiences with toys and things like that. So before we get started though, I did want to add a little disclaimer that there are so many ways that you can gift your children things. It can be homemade items. They really honestly don't care and are so excited about anything that you give them. You can also give them experiences. I think experiences are great gifts for kids, and being able to learn and grow by being able to go out to a local museum or different activities that you guys have in your area. So don't discredit either of those options, and make sure that you are also following your child. You know your children better than I do, better than anybody, and so you're gonna know what they are gonna gravitate towards and what they are really going to enjoy this Christmas. So I have this video divided up into 5 categories. First is music and movement, second is learning activities, third is practical life, fourth is open-ended toys, and fifth is just stocking stuffers. All right, so for the first thing in music and movement is this tricycle. So this is by Radio Flyer, and we loved this tricycle. I think I got this for my son when he turned 1, and it is so much fun. My son actually uses it still more than his balance bike right now, and I just have really loved it. I think it's so cute and red. It has tassels and a bell. Really love that tricycle. And then I also have this push toy, which I love. So push toys are great for babies who are learning to walk, and I like it better than just like a walker because they're able to use it in a ton of different ways. My son, that's 3, still uses this, and my 1-year-old uses this all the time. He pushes it around, he puts a bunch of stuff in it. Right now there's like a whole bunch of cars. So it gets used all the time, and I love that this is wood. And I like that it doesn't make a lot of noises and sounds. Like, he can just really focus on learning how to walk and pushing things around, because that is definitely something he's been enjoying lately, is just like pushing chairs and everything around. So getting out this push toy again has been a great thing, and both my kids have really enjoyed it. Next is our pickler triangle. I love the pickler triangle, and if you guys do not have one, then you should totally look it up. Try to find something that will work within your budget. Make one yourselves, but it is so fun. My 1-year-old loves to play on his pickler triangle. I highly recommend a pickler triangle, and I have a couple of videos on my pickler triangle of things that I love to do with it, ways that we have used it. And so if you are looking into pickler triangles, you can definitely check out any of those videos. Next is a bubble machine. So I bought this bubble machine to use for my son's first birthday party. And we use it all the time. I think that a 1-year-old would love this, and not only a 1-year-old, but all the way up into like older kids. Who doesn't love bubbles? And it encourages movement because they run around and pop the bubbles and play with them. So I totally recommend a little bubble machine. And then for the music portion, music is obviously super important for your kiddos. So musical instruments have been great. I love this drum. I recently got this for my kids, and it is beautiful. Like, the workmanship and craftsmanship is gorgeous, and my son loves this. He loves to bang on it. It makes a beautiful sound, and it's been a really awesome addition to our little musical corner, and it definitely gets used like more than most of the other instruments that we have. Okay, so moving on to the learning category. These are toys that are more closed-ended and have a purpose when the kids are playing with them. And most of these toys I actually don't have because I want to be getting them for my son for Christmas this year. The very first is a ring stacker. So I'll show different pictures of things that I'm thinking about getting. A lot of them are from Amazon, and a lot of them are from Etsy as well. So first is a ring stacker, and this is just like a very classic toy, lots of fun. Next is just a very simple shape puzzle. It's going to be great for 1-year-olds who are learning, again, to use that pincer grasp and learning how to put things in their places, and just honing in on like small movement skills. This puzzle I think is great. I also saw something where you can put in a picture of your face or somebody else's face, and you put it underneath the lid of the puzzle, so when they take it off, they see a smiling face back at them, and I love this idea. I found something very similar on Etsy, and it is a little bit more expensive, so I feel like I could probably make it my own and just buy like a regular puzzle and then just put my own picture in it without having to spend a little bit extra. But either option I think is really great, and your 1-year-old is going to love that. Next is this ball track. This is such a great toy. Kids put it up here and then it goes along the track. And my son loves to just follow the ball and be able to watch it go all the way around, and he will just sit there and do it over and over and over again. And I really didn't think it would hold his attention for that long, but it holds his attention for a really long time. Next is a coin box. So I'll put a picture here, but a coin box is a very classic Montessori toy. I love the idea of it and the thought of it, but I think it is a little bit expensive when you buy it online. So this is something that you can easily make at home, and I am planning on making one for my son instead of buying it. But you just can get any sort of box, like a shoe box, cut a hole in the top and find any sort of coin or paper coin. You can make one yourself, some plastic, poker chips, really whatever you want to find. And the kids can practice putting them in the slot. It's going to be super simple, easy, and cost effective to do it this way. Next is nesting dolls, and I love nesting dolls. I think that there are so many gorgeous different options. I think for my son, I'm going to actually get a nativity nesting doll set that we can bring out every Christmas. This is going to be something that both my 1-year-old and my 3-year-old will love to play with. Being able to open and close, putting smaller into big. There's so many things that they can learn from a nesting doll set, and there's so many different options. So I loved the nativity set, but I also really loved this silicone one as well for younger kids, because they can chew on it, they can squish it around. The pieces aren't quite as small, so it's not as much of a choking hazard. It is something you probably want to watch with younger kids, but I just love both of those options, and nesting dolls are going to be a great toy. Next is this cylinder block set. So this has so many ways you can learn and play from it, but you have different sizes here, so they can learn about the different sizes. They have different colors, they have different heights, so you can learn about different heights as well, and they can just practice. As a 1-year-old, they're going to practice just like putting things on and fitting it into these slots, kind of like a regular puzzle. And they can learn about different height discrepancies, things like that. And last item on this list is a open close it activity. So open close it things are something that kids are really into at this age. Babies at 1-year-old are like really repetitive. They are really working on honing in and mastering a certain skill that they are wanting to work on. They can work on taking out the little figurine or whatever is in here, and it also matches with the colors. So this is going to be purple and it goes into purple, and as they get older they can figure out like what is going in a present, you know, what's going to go in the garage, different things like that. So this wooden magnet hide and seek set is tons of fun. It's from Melissa and Doug. They are a company I often will look to with toys. Okay, I said that was the last one, but I'm going to just add this shape sorter. So shape sorters are tons of fun because you can teach so many different things with them. You can teach colors, you can teach shapes obviously, and kids are learning how to put the shapes in. If you are just doing it with a 1-year-old, I would say just like pick one side, give them like 3 blocks and help them work with those 3 blocks instead of having all of the blocks in here, but being able to really make it useful for kids that are really little, and then like even older kids. There are so many different ways to work with the shape sorter. My third category is practical life, and the very first thing I wanted to talk about is our weaning table. This is from Sprout, but you can get tons of different tables. IKEA has really good tables, different things like that. Just any kid's table is going to work. Make sure that it is like little enough for kids to be able to walk over and use it themselves. It's been a great little accessory in our kitchen. Another practical life present is a small broom. I think brooms and dusters, things to help kids clean, can be so much fun. They love to just follow you around and watch what you're doing. So if you give them things that they feel like is like their size that they can have and use, they will definitely help you, and it's lots of fun to watch them just practice sweeping and practice dusting. So a little broom or a little duster is a lot of fun for these little kids. My fourth category is open-ended toys. So these are some of my very favorite toys because they can really honestly grow with your child. So if you get them for them when they're young, you really can use them for as long as they are going to use them for years and years. The very first toy I wanted to talk about are animal figurines. So there's so many different types of animal figurines out there that you can get. I have these safari animals. I think it's great to get something more realistic so kids can really learn about what the animals are like and what animals are bigger and what animals are smaller. You can get ocean animals or dinosaurs. I also have dinosaurs. I love to find figurines that are as lifelike as possible. It is so much fun for kids to really play with in so many different ways. Next is art supplies, and there are so many different art supplies for a 1-year-old that you can get. My very favorite are these crayons. So I have definitely talked about these crayons before because I love them so much. My 1-year-old has already started to love to color and scribble and see what he can create. Next are wooden cars. So I have 2 boys and I definitely live life with a lot of cars. And my 1-year-old has recently loved these wooden ones. I love that you can, these are from Melissa & Doug, and I love that they come with like little people that connect and they like go in, which he loves to take the people in and out, and just like moving these around. So cars are great. I think I'm also going to get a little wooden construction set for them. My 1-year-old and 3-year-old would both love these. Cars are always just a really easy, simple thing, and kids can play with them any which way, and they just love it. The very last gift on the open-ended gifts are small blocks. So my son loves these blocks right here. They have letters on them, and he has been learning how to stack them. He also just loves to like bang them and put them in his mouth and feel them. I like that they are wood. They're very simple, and he can pick them up easily and they fit into his little hands. So small blocks I think are a great way for little 1-year-olds to learn how to play. Okay, so my last category is stocking stuffers, and this is obviously going to be whatever you feel like your kids are going to just like love, small items. My son needs utensils, so I'm going to be getting him some utensils that he can use. I love utensils that look similar to the utensils we use, but that are just a little bit smaller so that he can use them. Another thing that I am going to be getting are bath changing colors. So this is going to be tons of fun. A 1-year-old would love to splash in the bath and see lots of different colors, and they will ooh and ah over changing colored baths, I promise. Another stocking stuffer idea is an egg shaker. My son loves to sit and just like shake this egg and feel it and look at it, put it in his mouth and suck on it. But egg shakers are tons of fun, and my 1-year-old loves them. You can also put sensory activities into a stocking. You can do anything from just like a bag of rice. You can get kinetic sand. You can get so many different things for sensory play. I love sensory play. I have a whole video on sensory play, so if you need some ideas on what to get, you can definitely check those videos out and see what has worked for us. I also like doing a little bit more practical items like shoes. When your 1-year-old is learning to walk, they're going to need some new shoes. And last, I would say just some books are always a great idea when you have little babies. One of my favorite Christmas books is this one, and it says C is for Christmas, and it just has a ton of different pictures. I like that they are more lifelike pictures, and it also just shares a really great message that kids are going to really love. Okay guys, so that is it for this 1-year-old holiday gift guide. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you got some inspiration and ideas of things that you can get your 1-year-old. 1-year-old is so exciting because they're really starting to explore their world around them and able to really get into activities and holidays more, and it is a ton of fun. So let me know down below if there's anything on this list that you were like, oh yes, like I totally want to get that for my child. I would love to hear any of the feedback that you guys have. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Merry Christmas. Bye.